All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with round 2 of the PDX Vox Song Bracket. Song Tournament Bracket Ladder, depending on whether you are from the UK. We have a few international visitors. My name is Marie Schumacher.
I'm Gavin.
And we are going to be presenting the results. We have 32 songs. We're narrowing them down to 16 this week. Before we get into the proceedings, I just want to mention a couple things. Thanks to everybody who left comments on Facebook, comments on YouTube, sent me personal comments. It was great to hear from everybody and just get some insights on why people are picking the songs they're picking, what they're weighing out. A lot of good questions, a lot of ideas for the next bracket, which is we're taking seriously into consideration. I also want to mention that a couple of people were questioning the randomness of the list, and I just want to emphasize that it truly was generated by the computer. I had nothing to do with it. Gavin had nothing to do with it. Some people are a little suspicious because some of these matchups are too coincidental. So sometimes random is more coincidental than real coincidence. So given, building on that, we saw a lot of patterns in the songs. We saw a lot of themes come up. So we ended up naming each matchup, borrowing from football and making each one a bowl. So I'm going to announce the bowl. Gavin's going to announce the songs, and they're the winners. So here we go. So bowl number 1 is called The Holy War.
Yeah, so the matchup was Down to the River to Pray, which was by
Alison Krauss and Jillian Welch,
yes,
and others.
And then Faith, which was by Stevie Wonder and Ariana Grande.
Right.
And the winner was
Down to the River to Pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an oldie but goodie for sure, and it has a little bit of a religious overtone. Faith, even though the name seems religious, it's not a very religious song. It's kind of about having faith and friendship, which, can be spiritual, but anyway, holy enough for PDX Vox, that's for sure.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
On the matchup? I mean, I think that some people just find, there are a few people who mentioned in the survey how simple, sweet, pure songs are what they're looking for. And this one kind of represents a song that's just really, really down to the bone, like just a really basic, beautiful song. And sometimes that's all people need to resonate with it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Down to the River to Pray was done a little while ago. I don't know when the last one...
Right, well, it was in that movie, Oh Brother.
Yes.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And then I guess it's...
When did you last...
Oh, when we did it at PDX Vox, 10 years plus.
10 years. So it's interesting because that one remains in the mix.
Yeah. Right.
With the simplicity. I mean, it can be known, but just everyone has a personal connection to music, and a lot of people have personal connections if they've been in PDX Vox for a while to certain songs that they've done. They like the arrangement. But there are also some people who were in the group during the time of Down to the River to Pray who are still participating. That's the great part about this. There are so many different people that are voting on this. It's not just one group.
For sure.
So that's wonderful. Then we have the next one, which was...
It is The Battle of Resilience.
The Battle of Resilience. So this is Brave by Sarah Bareilles against Road to Nowhere by the Talking Heads. And the winner was Brave by Sarah Bareilles.
Yes. I was a little surprised by that because I got a lot of people who are hardcore Talking Heads fans and had a great memory of doing Road to Nowhere, which I have to say kind of surprised me because I look back on that particular arrangement as being incredibly repetitive. I think the altos did the same thing, honestly, for 64 measures straight. And yet it survives. I mean, it's still a great memory for a lot of people. And Brave, a lot of people love the Brave video. That's the other thing about this. If you're using the YouTube list, sometimes the visual of the music video can pull you in. So for better and for worse. It's also a great song. Sarah Bareilles is, amazing, talented, versatile, kind of what I aspire to be a fraction of what she is, who she is, but also be myself. Anyway, all right, now to the third matchup, Man versus Queen.
Right, so Portugal the Man would Feel It Still against Queen's Somebody to Love. I looked it up. So originally, Portugal the Man were from Alaska. They had some town. It wasn't Fairbanks or Juneau, so I didn't really catch the name. But they were in Alaska when they started, and now they've moved down. They're all based in Portland, Oregon. So they're a hometown favorite, but Queen is a worldwide favorite. Queen eventually wins. Somebody to Love advances. A great song. It's another version of, just Freddie Mercury and the entire group were filled with love, and so they sing about love. They are just about love, just in the whole group.
Yes.
And so, that's a great song. It's advancing to the Sweet 16.
Yeah. And that one was kind of by landslide. I think that one was a big one. A lot of them were close. That one was not, even though Feel It Still was hugely popular.
Yeah.
All right. One other little thing about that bracket: someone voted against Feel It Still because Feel It Still beat the song that they loved last time. I think it was... No, I'm wrong. It was somebody who loved Your Red Wagon. They did that. They loved it. They had to vote against Queen because the enemy of their enemy was their friend. So sometimes that's what happens with the voting, is you just pick the one, you kind of hold a grudge. It's a grudge match. So another aspect of this.
Yes. Yeah, so what happened was the person voted for Field Still because that one would continue on the legacy. Basically, the idea is like in sports, if you're playing in baseball or any sport and your team loses, well, you want the team that beat your team to win it all, so it looks like they're really good. So it looks like your team was like a martyr in the road to a championship. Unfortunately, Somebody to Love is just a powerhouse.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So yes, the superfan behavior didn't say
yes, but we love the superfan behavior. Keep it going.
All right, this one's called Mom versus Dad.
Yeah.
Gavin.
So this is me. It's Don't Look Back by my mother against Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. If you know my dad, you know why that's a pretty decent joke.
He thinks he is the 6th Beach Boy, or the 7th, depending on how you're counting.
Depending on, there are a lot of Beach Boys. But yeah, so it ended up that my dad won. Well,
this time.
This time. Good Vibrations won. I think we both like that song. I think we're both good with that. If Don't Look Back is to lose, I think Good Vibrations is one that it's just such a beautiful song. I mean, it's one of your favorite songs.
It totally is.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's so it's just a huge song in the history of rock music. So I feel humbled to even be on the bracket with such a song.
Yeah.
Thank you for voting, all of the folks who kept Don't Look Back into the second round. It was like the Blazers against Houston or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, we made it to the second round. Yeah. But a bigger media market has to take over from here. But anyway, thanks everybody.
Yeah. I'm just going to summarize the Sweet 16 that's going to happen. It'll be Down to the River to Pray against Brave, and then Somebody to Love against Good Vibrations. So just start thinking about who you might choose. Remember the Spotify playlist, the YouTube playlist. Listen to the music. Listen to both. Try to figure it out. And that's gonna be a fun one. So then in the next quadrant, the second quadrant, the Southwest region, we have
the African Rainbow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Say with that.
Well, this was crazy because most people thought that we planned this, but it was one of those weird things where there's a song called Africa by this band from LA that really probably didn't know a lot about Africa. Probably an exaggeration. And then Rain, Rain, Beautiful Rain by Ladysmith Black Mambazo from South Africa. It really is authentic music from the continent of Africa, or a part of Africa. So this was very interesting, and the issue of authenticity came up here. One of our surveyors said, just on the basis of it being more authentic, she's leaning toward Rain, Rain, Beautiful Rain, and I thought that was an excellent point because you get a lot of people, throwing around ideas about different cultures. Is this appropriation? It's a great question. Mm-hmm. Anything to add?
Yeah, I'll just say that I personally just listen to Africa. I like the song because it reminds me of the '80s cheesiness. I mean, it is done by a band that has never been to Africa until they actually performed the song in South Africa in 2009. But it's a song where it's kind of the point. We see National Geographic things, and it's supposed to be a point of view from a boy who is trying to write a song about Africa, but just has no recollection. He doesn't really understand the geography. He kind of tries to put some love into it, but he doesn't really understand what's happening. That being said, Africa did win. Africa does advance. But I do think that if you want something to do in the quarantine, listen to Smith, Black Mambazo, listen to Rain, Rain, Beautiful Rain, listen to all their stuff. They have a total, I mean, they took influences from doo-wop, they took many different ideas. They're a wonderful, it's a wonderful artist. So I cannot stress enough how beautiful the song Rain, Rain, Beautiful Rain is, but Africa is a very iconic song. And it will continue to bless the rains into the Sweet 16.
Indeed. The next one is called The Optimist Bowl.
Right, yeah. So this is Seasons of Love by the Cast of Ren against What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. So the winner was Seasons of Love.
Indeed, yes. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to say on this one. I know one of our responses was Seasons of Love is the kind of song that I can't not sing to. Like, it's just so catchy. There's that irresistible hook to it. Another one said, this is the kind of song that I love to listen to when I'm driving down the road. So that's kind of interesting too. Yeah, I mean, I think, again, it's like also sign of the times, like the message is so important for people right now. So that could be it as well. But yeah, Seasons of Love got a lot of love on the bracket for sure. Yeah. Cool. Next one is the Eye Bowl, as in this kind of eye. Yeah. We've got History Has Its Eyes on You versus In Your Eyes. Two incredibly loved songs. And In Your Eyes was the winner for this one. Yeah. We didn't get a lot of comments in particular about that one, but I just know a lot of people who love both, so I imagine there was some pain there. This next one is called the Anthem Bowl, and it's Fix You versus Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen.
Yeah. And the Anthem Bowl went to Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. So just to recap, Africa will be going up against Seasons of Love, and then Hallelujah will be going up in Your Eyes in what seems to be the best like 80s cheesy rom-com battle of music.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, even Africa's in there. Seasons of Love is just there, and it's a very like serious song, and it has like, well, serious as in like the topic, but you know, it's a beautiful song. But everything else is just like 1980s cheesiness.
Right, pure cheese.
All respect to the artist. I mean, Peter Gabriel, great artist. But there are also really cheesy moments that you think of when you hear those songs.
Indeed. Yeah, exactly. Interesting what patterns are emerging. One other little thing is that Coldplay is still in the bracket. Actually, it just got eliminated, but in this last round, it was in twice. James Taylor was in twice. A couple of people said, I wanted to be fair, so I chose one Coldplay, one James Taylor. So that was just yet another factor that went into these complex decisions. This one's just called the plain old Morning Walk Bowl, and I hope that you're all, taking a morning walk or maybe an afternoon walk. Walks are good still. Yeah, Light of a Clear Blue Morning versus Walking in Memphis.
And the winner was
Light of a Clear Blue Morning.
Yeah.
People love that. Waylon Jennings are still strong. Somebody said they didn't like the Waylon Jennings version, but they found the Dolly Parton version and liked that. And I've heard both sides of that one. So again, music is personal. That's the bottom line. All right, next we've got the Unstoppable Feeling Bowl.
Yeah. So we have One Day versus Can't Stop the Feeling.
Yes.
I almost flipped it before I go
It's tempting, yeah.
It's exciting. Yeah, what do we want to say about this? I mean, One Day eventually won this, and there was a really nice message we heard about why people are choosing One Day. I think it's good in this time.
Yeah. One person wrote, I voted for One Day because it's bigger than us. The song is bigger than we are. I thought it was really a beautiful thought. Yeah, and One Day was the winner.
One Day was
right?
the winner.
Did we already announce
Yes,
that?
yeah. I flipped it while we were
Yeah, so One Day goes
One
on.
Day is-
And we're doing that as a virtual choir experience through PDX Vox right now, which is Aaron Elliott is organizing, which I'm super grateful for. So anyway, One Day is on my mind a lot for lots of reasons. All right, next one is called the Fresh Air Bowl, not to be confused with the Morning Walk Bowl. Fresh Air Bowl?
Completely different.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Mr. Blue Sky versus Bring Me Little Water, Sylvie. And one thing I want to say about that is that one person had to vote against Mr. Blue Sky because the ELO beards are terrible, apparently. It's a very controversial statement, but I just had to put it out there. So people, again, using all kinds of factors.
I agree. I mean, I shaved my beard in solidarity for that, you know. But also, if you want to play along, if you can guess whatever this sheet music is and type it into the comments, we'd love to hear it. I mean, all of this is some nice sheet music, and I'm always very curious on what we have here. Anyways, back to the main topic. Bring Me a Little Water, Sylvie. Won over Mr. Blue Sky. I thought that was an upset. I did not expect that. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. But it was done very recently. The body percussion is super addictive, and I do want to give a shout out to Evie Layden, who created the body percussion that has gone really viral. So many groups are doing this, and Moira Smiley was the arranger of it. So it's so cool that they've brought this song to so many people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Brain Bowl is
Golden Slumbers by the Beatles against Think by Aretha Franklin.
Right.
Two classic 60s
seriously.
artists that honestly, I mean, are still listened to, you know, more than 50 years later.
Right. Yeah. I was just going to say, Golden Slumbers, you know, sleeping is good for the brain, but ultimately the brain is a thinker. It's a thinking machine.
Yeah.
Hence, Think is the winner.
Think is the winner.
So Aretha over the Beatles, how crazy is that?
Yeah.
It's just, why do we even have to choose? I don't know why we're setting this up, but it is pretty darn fun. So very exciting. So that's the third batch,
Third
right?
quadrant. I'll just recap. The Sweet 16 is going to be Light of a Clear Blue Morning against One Day, and then Think against Bring Me Little Water, Sylvie. I just want to say, speaking of Golden Slumbers, I cannot stress enough how great mid-morning naps are. Just like after lunch, maybe even before lunch, just taking a nap in this time, I recommend it. If you can, you should do it. Yeah,
it's become our way of life, and it's been a very healthy thing. Yeah. The next bowl is called City Mouse versus Country Mouse.
Yeah, so this is Seven Bridges Road against Chicago.
Yeah. And
so
Seven Bridges Road takes it.
Advances.
Eagles. So many people mentioned that they love the harmony in the song. I mean, that's just like, if you're in a cappella, harmony is what you're really looking for, and that harmony really speaks to people. People love singing that song. Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, next is Ignore the GPS Bowl. This might be my favorite. Ignore the GPS.
Yep. Yeah, so we have Somewhere Only We Know against That Lonesome Road.
That's right.
Yeah.
Another road. We have a lot of road songs. We have a lot of I songs. We have
Yeah.
a lot of dream songs. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Somewhere Only Know versus That Lonesome Road. The winner is Somewhere Only We Know, which was a tight race, a really tight race. There was a little bit of lobbying going on social media, a tiny bit, that may have just pushed it over the edge. So very interesting. Don't get any crazy ideas, but you know, campaigning isn't completely out of the question right now. The next one, second to last, is the Epiphany Bowl. Dreams by the Cranberries versus Shed a Little Light by James Taylor. Another James Taylor song. And Dreams is the winner. Wait, does that mean James Taylor is out completely?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, he went from 2 to 0. Wow, sorry James, but we do love you. Last one is Ignorance is Bliss Bowl. The Ignorance is Bliss Bowl, and that's Viva La Vida by Coldplay versus Wonderful World, that don't know much about history.
Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
And Viva La Vida, maintains Coldplay.
That's right.
If you're following along at home, we said that Coldplay did make it, so that did give it away a little bit. But out of Coldplay and James Taylor, they were 1 for 4.
Yeah.
Which is not the best stat, but Viva La Vida will advance. They will face off against Dreams. And then Somewhere Only We Know will face off against Seven Bridges Road.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of another ignore the GPS one. Cause,
Totally.
you know, I'm not sure if Waze is telling you to go on Seven Bridges Road, but, you know,
Yeah.
if it is,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, you got to wonder. Incidentally, Seven Bridges Road is somewhere in Alabama, and it was a song not written by the Eagles, written by somebody else. We'll have that data for you later, but anyway, lots of fun trivia related to this. So it's not too late to be involved in the bracket. A couple of people have said to me, you know, in NCAA rules, if you don't jump in on the first round, you just can't do it. But our rules are a little different. We're actually modeling our bracket on the Oregonian Halloween candy bracket. And for those of you who have done that in the past, you can just jump in anytime. So if you haven't submitted a survey yet, you want to come in on round 3, it's going to be really easy to do. You can there's a Google sheet. You go to the website, you can click into a Google form, a Google survey, take it that way. There's also a paper bracket there. You can print it out, take a picture of the results, and then email me. Anyway, everything's on the website. We'll probably also have it on social media, but you can email Marie at pdxvox.com with any questions, comments. I love hearing from you all. Gavin, I've been sharing the results with Gavin and all the questions and comments too. So yeah, just keep it all coming. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in a couple of days. The next round is due on Sunday by 5 o'clock. Sunday, March 29th. All right, everybody. Take good care. Bye for now.
All right.